app as we welcome in the big homie.
That even made it cloud.
Yeah, you made it way worse. Oh, this is terrible. You can't clean the camera with your thumb, bro. You gotta. That's a little better.
It's better.
What's up, homie?
Hold on, I got this.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
All right.
There we go. That's better, right? That's
No,
better.
it looks great.
It's not Trysta during March Madness. I mean, that was insane. That was a 16K camera. I don't think Damien was here.
I wasn't here. Yeah, I heard about it.
So sick. I felt like I was a celebrity. I thought I was like in a Buffalo Wild Wings commercial. Like it was crazy. We'll never get those cameras again. They realized we could do less. And so they did.
Yeah, they literally got us Best Buy cameras here. Look, and I'm not complaining. Like it's fine. You know, multi-billion-dollar company. We all work for the same one. We got Best Buy cameras here to do the show. But that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't even have paintings on my walls. It's
Are you gonna get some?
I don't know what we're doing. This isn't my house, man. I don't know what we're doing with this.
Is that your studio? Like, are these yours, or did the people come in and like they use them?
We share it with like one other show, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys need stuff to put on those paneling, and then you can just take them off like magnets. Boom, 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 boom.
Well, we're the only show that has a camera, so the stuff doesn't have to.
Oh, so it doesn't even matter.
No.
Yeah, you could just put little liquor bottles. Just make it like, you know, this your thing.
Everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man. You want to drop some money to have your company here on the show. We got you.
We can be bought.
We can be bought. We
you guys look phenomenal. I just want to say, both of you guys look great.
Thank you, Trysta. Likewise.
Well, I was going to ask the designer of your apparel today.
It's just Nike.
Oh, okay.
Just Nike.
No, sure.
I have.
Are you looking for the swoosh? There it is.
I have a crew neck similar to that. It's like one of my favorites. Instead of pink, there's blue, but it's like really similar to that. People go crazy over it. They're like, that is such a nice crew neck. I got it at Target for like $11.
Oh, I remember when you wore that. That's hot.
People were like, I remember even Luke Walton one time was like, yo, that's nice. Where you get that from? I said Target.
Target. So people don't understand. It's not about what it is. It's about how it fits. Mm-hmm. It's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Damien knows. He has to get his stuff bespoke. You know what I mean?
Well, he gets custom clothes.
This
bespoke.
This fits baggy.
Is it?
Yeah, it's kind of a baggy fit. Like,
are you going to get it tailored? I feel like that's something you would do.
I do get stuff tailored. I don't get sweatshirts tailored though. That's not something I do.
That's not a thing.
Russ wanted me to wear this big, so I'm gonna wear it big if he designed it to be big.
No, that's what they're trying to bring back now. I'm not really jumping on that wave. But.
Like Tyrese, like we were walking by Tyrese the other night when he was walking into the arena, like me, Deuce, Mo, Mark Jones. He looked ridiculous. I can't stress this enough. He looked ridiculous. He was in all black. He was clearly playing up the black thing. He was walking damn near in slow motion, but his pant he looked absurd. Why are these baggy pants coming back, Trysta?
I do not like them at all. Like, doesn't it remind you of the Janko jeans days? Like when you guys know when it was the little like hook on the jean for the hammer that no one has. Like, just like.
But just in case you get one, you can put it right over here on the side.
What do I need that for? They were carpenter pants, but like none of us in the hood are carpenters. Well, you know, we don't have any tools.
Let's not forget the state property pants that had secret pockets for. Well, you shouldn't have them.
Or the shoes. They had shoes that had secret pockets for that too.
It's wild. That's a wild time. I'm rewatching The Wire. The clothes from the early 2000s, like the Aniche sweatsuits and Fat Farm sweatsuits,
the velour suits
that just like hit they just like drag on the street because they're so big.
Yeah. What
when Snoop got Kevin, the big Kevin, and he had that giant sweatsuit on, I was like, oh man, you dying in that sweatsuit? That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. That's how you dying. Chris and Snoop got him.
Yeah, I like Snoop.
Snoop is a legend.
You know, of course, she's not an actor. She's not an actress. She was a criminal. Like she'd be perfect for this.
She's like, this is an awesome role for you. Do you want to make a living, like an honest living for about 7 weeks? Like, we got you. We can guarantee for those time you will get an honest paycheck and stay out of jail.
I'm sure I'm not incriminating anybody by any means, but Cheryl in Baltimore knows her very well.
She had one of the great. That's that's one of the scenes I always
the
remember.
Opening joint, right?
Oh, the opening scene for sure, but the last scene.
Oh yeah.
How my hair look.
Yeah.
Damn, I cried at that part.
Yeah.
Damn, you just got me. Damn.
The opening one though too though, when she goes to get the nail gun.
Yeah, that was wild. That's so good. If you haven't watched The Wire, oh my gosh, get on it. Hey, where were you last night when Chris Paul was indicted in?
Oh my gosh.
In some extracurricular activities.
I was at my house and I was like, oh damn, he went on an entire day of like, let's do the anti-Semites work. Like, let's just go on these little like the car wash of anti-Semitism. You know, you go from place to place to place. And then let me just finish that up by just a random stray, like the most random stray. And then I said this a few minutes ago, like he must not know that if you do exclamation or space bar, it doesn't give you a period. Because it was like space. He was like, it's not working. And in between the sentences, there's just like that much space.
He is off his rocker.
He had enough.
Or he's just
he is. Something's wrong, guys. It's just, I don't even know. Like somebody said to me, are you gonna continue to play Kanye's music? I'm like, this is a different person. This is a different person. Yeah, from my beautiful dark twisted fantasy, from that to this, like when he stops being normal, that's the music I'll stop listening to.
You gotta, like, I made the argument today. At some point, if you're Apple or Spotify or Tidal, you've got to do something. You've got, look, hey, you know what? This isn't going to be a personal dilemma for you if you use our service, because we're just going to take it off.
This is not a personal dilemma for you.
Yeah, no, we got you. Like, you can go buy a CD, but we ain't gonna leave this on our service anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I thought they were going to do it with Robert, and they didn't.
No.
They never did it with Robert.
Robert's still there. I hear.
He like every like 6 weeks is like, it's the remix to it. Damn, I gotta turn that off.
Kenny, like, I'm gonna skip this song in 3 minutes. I ain't gonna listen to this song in about 3.5 minutes. I know how you. This is one of those journalist moves where I set you up for something because I know how you feel because I got to listen to you talk about it. Bruh, the Dallas Mavericks last night.
Could it be more on time? I recorded that before the Detroit
I know
game.
you did. Yeah. And it was highlighted last night by them losing to the Detroit Pistons.
What a dumpster fire. Like, you heard that part, and I'm kind of like, people say, oh, Trysta, it's not that deep, you know? Like, everything kind of is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there are things, and I know, Damien, you know what I'm about to say, but Kenny's a very busy man. He doesn't have time to even catch the Josh Primo episode yet. Still hasn't heard it. He's going to make time at some point. Well, we know it will.
You know what, Trysta? Real quick, I got to stop you. I had planned on listening to it driving into the studio. And
some things, what had happened was.
No, I got some phone calls. It lasted a little longer than I thought.
Ignition came on, and he
he was like, what was happening? I forgot. What was I supposed to do?
The original go crazy. But nah, it's. I was like, damn. I thought I was gonna get a chance to listen to it. I didn't. I don't want nobody to say nothing else about it though, because I want to I want to hear it. I don't want no.
Well, then you're gonna have to leave because we need to have a conversation about the Dallas Mavericks.
Quick aside,
we talk about that.
Quick aside, I got to hang out with Brent Berry for like 10 hours at the Phil Knight Invitational, who's the VP player personnel for the Spurs now, former, and it took everything out of me. Took everything. I didn't do it. I wanted to. Like, we were talking about scouting players and doing your due diligence, talking to former coaches.
I can't believe you held back.
I asked a lot of other things. I had gotten so much tea that I just left it alone, because you never know. Like, back to what I was going to say, there are certain decisions we can make that alter how other people feel about us forever, right? Like, I now have to question your brain, period. Like, you've done something so off, so like egregious, that now I see your decision-making tree as flawed forever. And that to me is signing Kemba Walker.
Oh, wow.
Signing Kemba Walker for me was like, there is nothing left that I can trust.
Wow.
Nothing left.
That's really aggressive.
Well, I mean, okay? So let's just back it up. You let Jalen Brunson go. You could have had him for $14 million a year, right? With Luka. Jalen Brunson's basically begging you, just pay me the mid-level and I'll stay. And they're like, you know what? No, we'll wait till free agency. We'll see if you play yourself into it. And they don't realize at this point, you've made a gravely bad decision, right? They let him go, get nothing in return, no sign, nothing. Then they need to get a ball handler. What they do? They're like, you know what? We'll rock with Spence. Cool. That's our guy. No Tyus Jones, no Trey Jones, no Mike Conley, no Colin Sexton. No, we don't need another ball handler to pair with Luka that can make good decisions. Nothing. We don't need it. We're happy with our roster. Oh, wait, let's get Facundo Campazzo. Excuse me? What'd you say? Then he plays 4 minutes a game. He was playing 20 minutes a game for the Denver Nuggets. Okay. And Facundo Campazzo, he's a serviceable guy, right? He plays some basketball. But, like, he's not getting he's getting 0 minutes. Christian Wood, the conspiracy with him makes no sense. I'm getting multiple people who are close to the situation being like, everyone hates Christian Wood. He's selfish. Jason Kidd hates him. It's like, well, maybe you should have sussed that out before you made that decision. You get rid of Campazzo and you bring in Kemba Walker, who's like, you think, what is he going to do? How is he going to help this team? Is Jason Kidd going to even play him? What is he going to do? Tim Hardaway, what is happening? This team.
Tim Hardaway's had a little bit of a resurgence the last couple games.
Yeah, because they're feeding him the ball. When he shoots 50 times a game, you're going to shoot 5 threes and make them.
That's my guy from Michigan, so I want to see him do well.
All right. Shout out to Blake Corum. Hope he hangs in there. Season-ending injury for your boy. Yeah. So the Mavs are in trouble. Like, this is a team and I don't know. Have you guys heard anyone? I mean, outside of that Detroit game, obviously it was the only one on, so it put them squarely in the spotlight.
Right.
That changes things, right? You're up against Thursday Night Football, and it's you versus the Pistons at Little Caesars Arena with no Cade, and you lose in overtime. And you had to work to get to overtime. Work like Rihanna work, And so now, but like nobody's really discussing the Mavs. Like, we just believe that they're going to be okay. Why? Who says?
I don't know why. I think I said it on the show, and it was a little unfair. I think I said it during the Western Conference Finals. I was like, they didn't deserve to be there.
No,
like, they deserved because they won.
Somebody just said that. You said that repeatedly. You said that like 10 times. You said that after every game. They don't deserve to be here.
Like, they deserve it because they actually won the games. I don't mean it that way, but they're not a Western Conference Final team.
No.
Like, that was more about Phoenix than what Dallas did. That Phoenix, and that Phoenix series, that should have been a 5-game series. Like, Phoenix winning in 5, let alone losing a game 7 at home. But I think a lot of that probably clouded how they came into the season. They probably looked at it like, oh, we're good. Like, we're coming off a Western Conference Finals appearance. Like, we're good. Let's get Tristan Wood and add this guy here. Tim Hardaway's going to be coming back, and we'll be straight. When in actuality, they weren't. You
weren't straight last year, and you lost a guy who could give you 40. Yeah. Where's that coming from? Like, I think Mark Cuban is a bad owner. I think he really, outside of the fact that he let all kinds of malfeasance go on under his nose,
It's just funny you say that, Trysta. We let Jerry Jones go under the radar. I've always felt we'd be letting Mark Cuban just slide.
Slide.
Well, at least I feel like Mark at least addressed it.
He did. He did.
It's just whether you chose to believe him or not.
I don't.
That's
this really is a guy like Chris Collinsworth. This is a guy that tells the world, I am going to micromanage you until I can trust you.
Yeah.
Do you think he doesn't know? If you are micromanaging, that says it all. You don't know what's happening with your own GM, with executives on your team, harassing staffers, touching.
And I agree with you 100% with all that. I'll leave that there and just talk about basketball. He hasn't done.
He's never landed a free agent of consequence.
No. He couldn't even get DeAndre Jordan.
And there's no reason for it. Dallas is an amazing city. They have incredible facilities. They had a very stable coach and organization, and they couldn't land anyone.
Yeah.
No one. And you've got Luka, Also, what do you guys think about this? I want to get your thoughts. Do you think, and I love Luka, let me just say this. I love Luka. Luka's a great player. I don't think Luka has very much help. But do you think that there's not enough comparison between how we have judged James Harden in Houston and all the things we said about him and how completely opposites we judge Luka? They do a lot of the same things, not only from a basketball standpoint, but crying to the refs and all the histrionics.
It's the same player. It's the same player. I've been saying this since 2019, Trysta. I've been saying it, and I say that
racism's a bitch, isn't it?
Well, look, I say that not like being a super fan of James Harden's style of play, but there came a point where I would see him play like, this guy is sick. Like, this guy can go. Like, his skills are next level. So when I make the comparison, I feel the same way about Luka. I think skill-wise, it's amazing what he's able to do out there. His brand of basketball, I don't know. And that's where, like, we had this discussion last year about, everybody looks at it as like a foregone conclusion of, oh man, anybody would love to come and play with Luka. Would they? Like, are you gonna ever get the ball if you play with Luka?
James could have killed that. Like, James had the best point guard in modern history on his team, and he had Chris Paul, and then it couldn't make it work.
Yeah, and like that was always my thing with Luka, and it worked out. They somehow got to the Western Conference Finals last year, but I was like, yo, is it really fun to play with Luka? And it's kind of unfair to say that too, because I think he is a willing passer to a certain degree. Like, he'll pass the ball.
Well, of course, he has double-digit assists, just like James Harden did.
Right. Like, he'll pass the ball, but I don't know. It's not the same as like I'll use a recent. It's not Tyrese Halliburton.
No,
it's not a bad thing, but it's a weird thing. Like, James Harden led the league in assists once, so it's like he passes the ball 12 times per game, and it leads to a basket, and that's how he led the league in assists.
Yeah, and he has the ball. Every time. 70 possessions, he starts with the ball and initiates to him. And that's
so think about that. Like, the others, we'll say 50% of those passes turn into buckets. So 24 out of 70 possessions he passes, the other 46 he does not. Like, let's think about same thing with Trae Young. Trae Young gets 12 assists. He should have 25 assists a night. And that's really
the way Kevin Huerter's playing. How Kevin Huerter might be an indictment of Trae Young.
Yes. I bet he hated playing with them. I honestly think people hate playing with Trae Young.
I think some people, all players hate playing with guys like that, like Trae, like Luka, like James Harden.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, could I get a set ran for me one time? Could I just not be like a lob? Like, the only reason that Clint Capella has lobs is because it's the counter to the Trae Young floater. Otherwise, the floater is not as potent if it couldn't be a lob.
There's no way JoJo wants James Harden to come back this weekend. No way.
Well, look, and this is also they would love this at our people on the morning roast 95. They would love this. Those are my boys. Stop doing that. Stop doing it. Those are my guys. This is the greatness of Steph Curry, because Steph Curry understands I can't.
You guys smell that? Some weird.
There's nothing to be smelled, Trysta. Nothing. Stop it.
You need to get them to apologize to me.
We're all going to talk. We're all going to sit down, champagne.
Are they going to be at the game? Are we going to have a little powwow?
No, I doubt they'll be at the game.
We'll bring them on the stream. We will do this.
Bring them on the stream.
Yeah. Hey,
it's called a mediation.
You're our girl. Those are our boys. You're great people. They're great people. We're gonna get down and we're gonna make this happen. We're gonna make this happen. The only
It's
thing
yoga,
that will never happen in life is me and Coffee Boy. That'll never happen. Okay. But besides that, Steph Curry, he could run an offense like Luka and Trey, but he understands the importance of, I got to get some. Every time he's a decoy, right? And like, I'm gonna act like I'm coming off these double screens, but it's really gonna open up Wiggins, or it's gonna open. Like, he gets that. And the James Hardens, the Lukas, and even Trey Young, in your example, they don't understand. Like, it's beneficial for this team for me not to run everything through me sometimes. They don't get it.
Yeah, you're right. Steph Curry, Tyrese Halliburton. That's why I think Tyrese Halliburton it's sad that it couldn't work in Sacramento. And like, you do get Sabonis and he really opens things up. I was watching him as a playmaker and he just adds a different look because he's in different spots. But like, he is nasty, like 0 turnovers. Just, I give to you, you give to me, and I'll give you right back, like in 2 seconds. Just move over here and I got you. I'm going to pretend to drive. You can tell he's just one of those guys who wants to pass the ball. I do think, though, Luka and KD together would be very fun. They don't have enough to get that done, but I think Luka and
Why
KD.
do you think that works?
I just think wings work better with ball-dominant guards. And Kevin is such an unselfish player. He also likes to get guys involved. He's the kind of guy who wants to get a bunch of assists. He can do so many other things to protect someone like Luka. He demands double teams as well. It's just, I think, different for 2 guards versus like a wing. This is like an ego thing, I think, too. And you just have to respect KD's gravity as a planet, how much he brings with him, right? And I don't think guards will do as much for a player like Luka as a wing would, like a really elite wing would. Brandon Ingram would be awesome too, I think.
I don't know if anybody works with Luka right now. From what I've seen from in his career.
Well, if we stick with the comp, who's worked with James Harden?
That's
like
what I'm saying.
Real, like it. And this is, I don't. Trysta doesn't even know. We were talking about this 2 hours ago. Like,
no, I had no idea.
This was a conversation we were having, and I don't know. James has won games, and that's the. And I don't know if James Harden single-handedly won games or if it was a slightly better, supporting cast, better coach, whatever the case may be. But when you talk about those big players, who's worked for? KD didn't work. Chris Paul didn't work. Russell Westbrook didn't work. I don't think Joel Embiid is going to work.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
That remains to be seen, but I don't think that's going to work. If you can't find a player to match with James Harden, how do you find a player to match with Luka Doncic?
I think Harden and KD did work, but it was when Harden was a different version of Harden, right? When he was like really off ball, cutting a lot, 6-man OKC James Harden that we'll never see again.
Yeah, sure, that's fair.
So we were also while we got Trysta here, let's do it. We was talking about the Western Conference, and I know you had mentioned like it's starting to round into or it's wild.
Well, what I kind of feel like is Trysta asked this question earlier too, like how come everyone's like not making a bigger deal out of the Dallas Mavericks? I think that's part of the reason why the conference is just
but see,
out there.
The way I look at the conference, guys, and tell me what you think. I think it is rounding into shape. I think aside from maybe the Lakers, I think this is about what it is. Now, where these people are in the play-in and playoffs,
Oklahoma
like
City out, San Antonio out. Are you moving
Utah's
out?
On their way
they're
out.
still in it?
And I think that's where Utah may come up. And I honestly, we were big believers in these guys earlier in the season. Even here to say that we were wrong about them. I'm worried about Portland. I am worried about Portland and maybe not falling out of the top 10, but I thought they would be a team that would stay around the top 6. They're looking more like a playing team right now. I don't know how Dame. I don't know how he holds up throughout the whole season.
Yeah, that's a big piece. And it's the same thing. That's the question, right? Solely a strain. That's the same thing that's been his issue for years and years and years. So he's obviously still got some, I don't know, rehabbing or, sort of regenerating to do. When he's on the court, this team is dangerous, right? Like you even quote tweeted it. Like I think Shaedon Sharpe could be the next T-Mac in the next 2 to 3 years. Like, so yeah, maybe this year they've got some ups and downs, but think about this too. Like, still haven't gotten Gary Payton into the lineup. So Dame Lillard, Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grant, Gary Payton, and then some version of, Drew Eubanks or Nurkic or Justice Winslow or, because they've got a lot of guys who can play really good defense to protect Dame and Anthony and to protect Nurk because he's terrible defensively. They'll just like bench him, which I think is awesome. Like that takes a lot of balls. But I think it all centers around Dame because Anthony Simons is just not that guy. But he's 22. He's the same age as Dame was when Dame got into the league, and he's miles better than Dame was Dame's first year. Right? That's
you like really Simons. Don't like him.
Yeah, I like Simons, Trysta. I think he's played well this year. I like him.
What I said, Anthony Simons is miles better than where Dame was his rookie year, and he's only 22.
Yeah, I still get vibes that you don't like him that much.
Well, think about this. I like him a lot as an offensive player. I do think there's something very special about Damian Lillard, right? Obviously, in terms of the Dame time. I don't think there's Ant time. I don't think that there's ever going to be Simon's time, right? In Simon's time, he's like my peace lily when I haven't watered it. He just withers away. You guys want to see my peace lily?
Oh no. For those on the radio, Trista's gone to get her. Oh my!
This is Anthony Simons in the fourth quarter. You see that little yellow?
Oh no!
You see this little yellow leaf? That's all the shots that he takes that don't make any damn sense.
Oh my man, Anthony!
It's sad, isn't it? It could be so perky and lively, and it's just not. He just withers away. But he's 22. Who knows? He's 22. He's young. He's tall. He's lengthy. He can do what CJ does. He can do what Dame does. He's just not Dame, and that's okay. That's okay. So we need Dame in order to win games, period.
That's crazy. He's 22. Like, he must have came in the league at like 16.
Man.
Look at that. Look at that sad little leaf.
Can that thing come back to life, or is it, do you need to
It says it will. They're apparently very dramatic. If you don't, they're very dramatic plants, When they need water, they just
drama queen.
Yeah, they are peace lilies.
These plants wanting to be fed. Oh, imagine that.
Peace lilies are like the Kanye West of the plant realm. Just drama.
Hey,
we didn't even talk really about whether you guys think it's true or not.
The Chris Paul stuff?
Yes, you guys think true or not true?
I don't think it's true.
Why would Drake be wearing those Chris Paul jerseys?
So he was in those pictures?
That was Drake and his two friends in Chris Paul jerseys.
I saw that earlier. I didn't recognize it was Drake. This was an old picture, obviously. But
old picture a year and a half ago, just posted with no context. Him and his two friends in every version of Chris Paul's jersey.
Hey, I ain't gonna
just
lie.
Put out.
That kind of changes things,
doesn't it?
Because Drake is he is
the pretty boys versus the petty boys.
Well, he's surgical with his disses and subliminals and shots. Oof, I don't know now.
Right?
I don't know. Damn.
I saw on basketball, it was like NBA Fire Digital or whatever. It was like, sources, Chris Paul did not hook up with Kim Kardashian. Someone says close to the situation. I'm like, there's only two people really close to the situation. Listen, what do you mean? It's not like,
what's Chris Paul gonna do? Pull Chris Haynes aside? Yeah, tell him I hit it. Like, what is that? What are we doing?
I'm like, what are you guys saying right now?
Oh man.
I was like, oh, well, that settles it. Good to know. Like, it didn't happen.
Man, that man's got kids. Like, his son's gonna come. Dad, did you
Hey, his son's like what, 12? Like, his son follows hoops.
You're on timeout for that. You're on timeout for
what
saying.
What did he say?
He said it was Cliff.
Yeah, it wasn't me. It was Cliff. It was my twin. That no one only sees on the stage.
That's terrible.
I'm the new Chris Paul.
Did you guys see they had a photo of them together at like some event with Chris Paul had the Cliff Paul glasses on too, in a little sweater vest?
Oh man.
Are you following the Good Morning America?
Oh yeah, of course.
Ooh,
I
hey,
can't lie. That led the show today.
look, that turned in like going back and seeing that. That's the worst kept secret ever. Seeing
They
some of
were
them
just
clips, it was like,
listen. As
whoa.
someone who knows, by the way, we're gonna get personal for just a second, maybe 3 minutes if we have it. I dated somebody who it was, with the chain, whatever, like
Yeah,
the.
it's factual. It wasn't just a bar.
Just so he's not sitting here by himself, I'm just going to
Come
bring
on in,
Kyle
Kyle.
into
You can
this.
get into
We're
this
just love
story.
you to- Yeah, we're just going to
So-
bring you in.
First the time, the 6th time zone.
So we go to a Clipper game, courtside Clipper game, Portland versus Clippers. Me, him, me, and the person that I'm seeing.
He's bold.
Yeah, oh yeah, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Just goes, sees the chicks like colleagues, and he just dips out. And I'm just sitting at the game by myself. I do not care. I do not care. So I know. It's just crazy stuff. I don't know what the segue was for that, but there was one. I just.
I'm glad you told us.
Well, we were talking about how it was
the Good
not a
Morning
secret.
America saga.
That's how we would go to places. Yeah, we would go to places like cafes all around, and they'd be like, "Hey, who's this?" Like my trainer.
That's crazy. That's great. And like the crazy.
He sells
thing
juice. Yeah, like no.
I don't know. Obviously, you don't have to say who it was, but I mean, I'm not sure if he was on national television every morning.
No.
So, like
the great part, Trysta would have been like, "Well, actually."
Someday we'll have some other stories.
January 7th, baby.
Hey, I feel like I killed the vibe.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, everybody.
It's okay, Kyle. We can't share. Some things can't be shared with the chatty house because they chat. They chat. Some things. There's some things you just can't chat about.
We cannot wait for you to get here.
I'm like, I hit up the BetMGM folks today, and I was like, just want to make sure that the Sacramento trip's good to go. Like, I just want to make sure we're set. I mean, I'm just ready. I'm just excited. We need to have like a thing though. Like we need to have like a gathering.
I'm sure. And sorry, Kyle. But you're still going to the Niners game after that, right?
Yes, with you guys, right?
No, I gotta see what's going on.
What happened?
It's a long ways away. It's like 3 hours,
bro. It's not that bad.
And it's probably gonna be raining that day too.
This is whack.
Forecast the weather.
This is
don't
unbelievable.
even know it's a month away, Kenny.
Bro, he said it's gonna be raining. He's like, I might be sick that day.
I'm gonna get there.
What side piece do you have?
I'm rolling.
That you've already decided you're gonna see.
We going. I'm just saying.
Ain't
nobody gonna play that
game.
Ain't nobody gonna play that game, but I'm going.
You don't think anybody's gonna play that game?
Niners gonna have the NFC West locked up. They ain't playing nobody. Kyler then already quit.
That's the wildest thing you've ever said.
This
it's
is
gonna
unbelievable.
I'm flying across the country for you.
Trysta, I'm there.
3 hours away.
I'm there.
If you want to do something more important, can you just tell us?
I'm there.
If you would rather go to a bar and bring the whole chatty house, bring them all. I don't care.
No, that's what Saturday's for. We're going to the game, and that's where we're gonna have our meetup.
Rain or shine.
That's where we're gonna have our meetup.
Yes, I want to see
with our guys. That's when we're gonna dead all that.
Yes, with the roast, I'll bring
some
ground beans.
Right there.
Okay.
Some ground beans as a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do not like me, Kyle.
What?
They think I'm a joke. Well, I am a joke, but
no, we dead and all that when we see him. Those are our people. She's our people. We gonna dead all that.
There was a whole.
If you can change, he can change. We all can change.
Okay.
Like John Legend, the first album.
But just the first one.
Yeah.
Just the first one. And only a few songs off of it.
But the I Can Change was one of them, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
He had a song with Janae Aiko that I really liked though.
We should let Trysta go because Kyle's literally sitting here petting his cat at this point.
He's on the intro of the new Metro Boomin album.
Pause.
John Legend, that is, not my cat.
All right. You need to calm down. You need to calm down. In fact, that's your cue to go. You've got to go after that.
Also, what was I going to say? Did you guys see that I got extorted for nudes?
I did see that. That was crazy.
He hit me with you have 23 hours to do 3 things or I'm releasing it. I bet one of those 3 things was more than
He said to do 2 things. No, wait, 3 things.
Was he 14? Was he 14 years old? Because I feel like he was. If you don't think I mean it, I do. I'm going to make 17 accounts. I'm going to make this go viral. I'm like, I do not care. Do you think I care? My Snapchat got hacked, and it sent a very inappropriate picture to like 700 dudes in my contacts. Whoops. I don't know. My stuff got. See what I just did?
Good catch. Really good catch.
Yeah.
Save to camera roll.
Yeah. They were like people that I had worked with were sending me big eye emojis, just random ones. You know who was the most respectful though? You know who was like low key because he has like 1 million kids, super respectful. He's got like Nick Cannon amount of kids. I got a text from Josh Jacobs being like, "Hey, I don't think you meant to send this to me."
Oh,
I didn't. You're right. I didn't. But also big eye emoji.
What did you? Because you did, that's different. Like I just want to make sure.
He's like, what are these little inside stories that you have?
Unless you're gonna do it.
Unless you're gonna do it.
That's always men. That's always men. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. What's wrong? There's nothing wrong with that. I don't judge you. I don't judge you for that.
Okay. I would have sent, hey Trysta, I don't think you meant to send this.
But
big eye emoji.
Big eye emoji. Did.
Right? Question mark.
Also kind of nice.
Or question mark.
Just hit the reaction text with the question mark.
Yeah, or ... Also, photo that's blurred out of me, just in case you did. Don't click on it unless you meant to.
Wow.
FaceTime call incoming.
Yeah, literally, it was like ring. I got like 50 texts like to the message, like something's wrong. Like, are you okay? It was in the height of the pandemic. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm sitting on my couch. What do you mean, am I okay? Yeah, I'm in New York. They're like, yeah, you are. P.S. Allison Marie, you are hot. Thank you. Also, where's that nude at?
Eye emoji.
come on.
All right, guys.
Fridays are the best, man.
Oh, they're the best.
I almost came on last week because I almost just came on just because. I was at the PK. I was trying to figure it out, but I was like, man, I miss you guys. I would do this for not like no matter what I do. If I end up selling Lexuses or something, I'm out the business.
Oh yeah, we're doing this.
I'm coming on. Yeah, I'm coming
January 7th. Trysta comes to Sacramento. Mark your calendars. Let's go.
Warm me up on that beam, baby.
We got you. We love you, homie.
Oh,
oh God. No.
It's like dealing with a sophomore class.